Uthman bin Abdallah and Al-Hakam surrendered, but Nawfal ibn Abdallah escaped and eluded them. Then Abdallah and his companions took the caravan and the captives back to Allah's apostle in Medina.
Islam had drawn first blood. The score was now Islam 1, infidels 11. The Hadith says,
This was the first booty taken by the companions of Muhammad.
Reading the passage carefully, we find that there are 4 slaves to Allah in the raid. 2 were Muslims, and 2 were infidels. It is yet another drop in an ocean of evidence that Allah was a pagan deity, a common rock idol. Abd Allah said of his adventure,
Ishaq, our lances drank of Amar's blood and lit the flame of war. Tabari and Ishaq. Abdallah told his companions, A 5th of the booty we have taken belongs to the apostle. This was before Allah made surrendering a 5th of the booty taken a requirement.
Quran 8:41, a verse from a surah dedicated to booty, says that Muhammad was entitled to 1/5 of whatever Muslims looted. The 69th verse proclaims,
The use of such spoils is lawful and good.
The fact Abd Allah announced this partitioning of booty years in advance of the Quranic endorsement suggests that the idea was Muhammad's, and that he made up a verse to ratify his claim. Money is a powerful motivator.
He set aside a 5th of the booty for Allah's messenger, and divided the rest between his companions.
If there were any doubt as to why the first Muslim militants were off on their 12th raid in 12 months, it should have been eliminated with this line. Their mission had nothing to do with religion, nor did Muhammad's. It had always been about the money. Religion was simply a tool, a veil, a distraction, a means to legitimize murder and mayhem. Muhammad's raiders weren't religious zealots. They were mercenaries at best, pirates at worst. And lest we forget, they were now murderers, kidnappers, and thieves. When the raiders returned to Yathrib, they were blindsided by a raging controversy. Both the immigrants and the helpers were horrified, deeply troubled by the breach of the holy month protections. Even the most despicable bandits refrained from thievery during Rajab. And I suppose they may have been bothered by the fact that they had murdered, robbed, and kidnapped their kin. This societal disdain put the wannabe prophet in a quandary. Muhammad was broke, and poor dictators don't last very long. But if he accepted the booty, he would trash his already shaky religious credentials. He was on his heels and teetering from the Quraysh bargain, the satanic verses, the knight's journey, and the migration of shame. Stooping to the level of a scoundrel, a murderous pirate, a two-bit terrorist, so desperate for money that he would steal during Rajab, was one blow too many. So what to do? His first ploy was to betray his troops, something Muslim suicide bombers should keep in mind the next time they contemplate murdering their way to paradise.
Tabari. When they reached the prophet, he said, I did not order you to fight in the sacred month. He impounded the caravan and the 2 captives and refused to take anything from them.
The prospect of
martyrdom
and
lying in wait
confirms that Muhammad had sent his Muslim raiders out to fight, as did the requirement of making out their wills. The
division of spoils
agreement indicates that he had given his authorization for them to steal. The lying prophet was buying time, which is why he didn't send the booty back. He was trying to find a way to keep the money and maintain his dwindling prestige.
When Allah's messengers said this, they were aghast and thought that they were doomed. The Muslims rebuked them severely for what they had done. They said, You have done what you were not commanded to do, and have fought in the sacred month.
To salvage his reputation, and thus cling to his position of power, Muhammad made his men scapegoats. His letter confirmed his complicity. He had sent them out in Rajab, the idolaters' sacred month. The act made him an accessory to murder and a thief. The denial made him a pagan and a liar, something far more lethal to a person pretending to be a prophet.
Tabari and Ishaq. The Quraysh said Muhammad and his companions have violated the sacred month, shed blood, seized property, and taken men captive. The polytheists spread lying slander concerning him, saying, Muhammad claims that he is following obedience to Allah, yet he is the first to violate the holy month and to kill our companion in Rajab.
The pagans knew that breaking treaties, murder, kidnapping, and thievery were wrong. It's a shame that Islam's lone prophet didn't. I find it especially revealing that when the Meccans told the truth about what had just happened, they were called
lying slanderers.
This has devastating implications for the totality of the Quran. Its second most repetitive theme is the never-ending argument. The Meccans said that Muhammad was a demon-possessed liar, not a prophet. They said that he had forged the Quran to serve his personal ambition.